Deputy Kathleen Funchion. You're getting great mileage here today.
I know, yeah. It seems to be just myself and Minister for the most part. I actually feel like a lot of this was addressed in the last question because it's around the Sustainability Fund. But I would be interested in the breakdown that's detailed in the question. Is it possible just to get that in a written format? I'm happy to leave it at that rather than repeating.
Okay. You can correspond. You can produce a written answer, Minister.
Yeah, or I didn't quite get into the Sustainability Fund in too much detail in the last one. If you'd like me just to say a little bit more about it,
okay.
It might be worthwhile for those listening to hear, if that's okay. Yeah. The COVID-19 Sustainability Support Grant, it'll be available to early learning and childcare services where there's a demonstrated decline in occupancy or a verified increase in costs due to COVID-19, and it is not addressed by the significant financial measures that have already been put in place and which we've discussed already. So there's 2 million allocated to the scheme, and this is in addition to the resumed funding from my department of the childcare schemes and the employee wage subsidy scheme, which, as I said before, is on average currently making up about 38% of costs of 38% of providers' costs. The capital grant and the reopening grant. In the interest of preserving capacity in the sector and as announced as part of the July stimulus measures, it was decided to expand the criteria for accessing the Sustainability Fund to services, both profit and not-for-profit services, experiencing or at risk of experiencing cash flow crisis arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. And look, the success of the government measures to date, I think, are demonstrated by the fact that we have 94% open over the summer, and in the next 2 or 3 weeks further details on the eligibility for the sustainability scheme will be made available, and I'll be happy to update the Deputy on uptake of the scheme as it proceeds over the next number of months. And as we await the final details of the scheme, my officials and I will continue to meet regularly with sectoral representatives, and these meetings are used to keep the sector updated on progress and to get feedback from the sector and inform future developments. And I'll be meeting with the forum actually on Thursday morning, and again continuing that element of engagement with them.
Thank you, Minister. Happy enough, Deputy?
Just really briefly, I just want to say I welcome the fact that it's been extended to both community, and that's been something I've been asking for a long time, so I welcome that. The 2 million, is that on top of what would have already existed in the Sustainability Fund, or is that a separate ring-fenced 2 million just in relation to COVID? That's the only question.
Sure.
No, the 2 million is the overall sustainability fund. It's not a ring-fenced COVID element.
Okay, so it's for all sustainability matters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Thanks, Minister.